Hey, what's up everybody? Hammerheart Metal Reviews here once again, doing another edition in my series where I'm counting down some of my favorite songs by one of my favorite bands. Today we're going to be talking about none other than Agalloch, the shirt I am wearing here today. I'm going to be running through my 10 favorite Agalloch songs. So if you've never heard these guys before, they are from Portland in the USA, and they play a very unique blend of like atmospheric folk, black metal, elements of like post-black, I guess it would get labeled as. It's very nature-based, and it's just one of the best bands out there that really like beautifully weaves these acoustic passages and clean vocals, very folk sounding, in with the harsher side of black metal with some more tremolo style riffing, maybe some blast beats and double kicks here and there, but really combining it all together to just make this really enjoyable listening experience. It just really transports you to the heart of nature and you just get lost in it. And they were one of the best in this subgenre of black metal. And yeah, a lot of bands have tried to emulate their sound, maybe some successfully, definitely not too many as successfully as Agalloch. They were really trailblazers in this genre. And yeah, these guys were formed in 1995. Unfortunately, they disbanded in 2016, but they did put out 5 full-length albums and a handful of EPs as well. So I'm just going to run through my 10 favorite songs. I mean, they've got so many good ones. Really hard to narrow this down to just 10. There's going to be a lot of songs that I'm just not going to name that are still absolutely amazing. So if your favorite song isn't mentioned in my top 10 list, doesn't mean I don't like it. I like pretty much everything these guys ever did. But anyways, this is my list, so these are just my opinions, and let's get right into this. My top 10 favorite Agalloch songs. So coming in at number 10, I'm going to the debut Pale Folklore from 1999 with the song Dead Winter Days. So this one, I mean, I love this whole album. I think when I did my Agalloch ranking, I ended up having this album number 1. It's a very tough choice, really depends on the day because all their albums are so amazing. If you haven't checked out my discography ranking, you can go check that out. That was an early video I did last year, probably one of the first videos I did, so it's quite a long time ago, but nonetheless, go check that out. And yeah, this album as a whole, absolutely amazing. They just came out of the gates firing with their debut record, and Dead Winter Days is just a perfect example of what you're in store for on this album. Beautiful folk instrumentation, but also a harsher vocals, and just great riffs with underlying melody. Absolutely awesome song. That's why I just cracked my list, coming in at number 10. Up next at number 9, I'm going to The Mantle from 2002 with the song And the Great Cold Death of the Earth. So this one is more of a softer song, beautiful acoustic guitar throughout. There are still a few raspy screams, but his singing is just so amazing. John Holmes, might be mispronouncing his last name, but yeah, just such a great clean singing voice, as well as great black metal vocalist as well. But the vocals on here are just great, like life is a clay urn on the mantle. Don't listen to me. Once again, I get carried away. Not a good singer. Go listen to him nail these fucking amazing lyrics. Like, that's another great part about this band. They don't just write stupid lyrics. They're all very meaningful. It's almost like poetry. And this song is no exception. Just an absolutely epic song from an epic album. Needed to be in my top 10. Up next at number 8, I'm going with my favorite song from their last album, The Serpent and the Sphere from 2014. And the song is The Astral Dialogue. So as a whole, I think this album is probably their weakest. It's not to say it's a bad album. I still thoroughly enjoy it. But this is going to be the only track on here that's in my top 10. And to me, it's easily the best song on this album. It's just got great black metal riffs. Like, some of the best riffs they've ever done are in this song, for sure. More of an aggressive one with harsh vocals, but I absolutely love it. This song kicks ass. That's why it's in at number 8. Up next at number 7, I'm going to one of their EPs, Faustian Echoes from 2012. So this EP is actually only one song, so that's the song I'm picking. It's the title track, Faustian Echoes. It is 21 minutes of absolute epicness. It just takes you on a journey, goes so many different places. It's got more of a like a lo-fi recording sound to it, like lo-fi production, but it really suits the song anyways, and it just goes so many different places. Still some quieter moments, but overall it's a pretty aggressive song, and I really dig it. I loved it when this came out, and it still stands the test of time like 10 years later. It's absolutely awesome. So if you haven't heard this EP, definitely go check it out because this song is amazing. Up next, number 6, I'm going back to The Mantle with In the Shadow of Our Pale Companion. So this one is about 15 minutes long. It's not technically the opening track on the album. There is like a couple minutes intro before this song kicks in, but it really kind of all blends together, and this really just sets the tone for the absolute masterpiece that is The Mantle. Like, it just shows you what you're in store for this album as a whole, and it's just a beautiful song. Once again, his clean singing is absolutely gorgeous. The acoustics on here are just great, and there's still some harsher moments as well, and it's really got this folky feel, and I just love it. I love this album to bits, and this song is one of the best on there. Now let's get into the top 5, my 5 favorite Agalloch songs. Might be a couple surprises in here, maybe a couple more underrated ones. Up in at number 5, I'm going to another EP, the Of Stone, Wind, and Pillar EP, and the title track from that EP, Of Stone, Wind, and Pillar. So this one was from 2001. This is the opening track on this EP, and it's just so awesome. I love the riff, even though it's like kind of basic, like, and it just does this really awesome build up at the beginning of the song, and it's just perfect. I fucking love this song. One of my favorite Agalloch songs for sure. Had to be in my top 5. I'm running out of words here because all of these are so good. But anyways, yeah, that was in at number 5. Move this right along, coming in at number 4. Going back to the Mantle album. Obviously, I clearly like that album quite a bit. I mean, I got the shirt. This is the 3rd song in my top 10 I'm talking about. And I am, of course, going to talk about I Am the Wooden Doors. This one, definitely more on the harsher side compared to some of the other songs on the album, but that opening drum beat, just as soon as I hear those drums, a smile comes on my face. It's just so fucking great. Like, the double kicks, just, if you can ever identify a song by its opening drum beat, this is one of them for sure. Just absolutely great song, a classic in Agalloch's catalog, although they have many. And that's why I'd say at number 4. Let's get into the top 3 now. Still a couple albums I haven't even talked about, but I am going to touch on them because I have at least one song from every album in this top 10, but not in at number 3. Number 3, I'm going back to Pale Folklore from 1999, my favorite track from that album, As Embers Dress the Sky. This one is another longer one, and it just goes so many different places, but my favorite chunk of this song is the very, like, ending last few minutes. It's got this really great melodic riffing, and it's gorgeous. It's absolutely awesome. It's just beautiful. Like, this song is fucking perfect. I love it so much. That's why I said number 3. 2 songs left. Let's see what they are. So I haven't talked about the Ashes Against the Grain album yet, but I'm going to right now. Coming in at number 2, my second favorite Agalloch song is from that album from 2006, Not Unlike the Waves. So this one is just an epic song. They actually had a music video for it, which is pretty solid. It's just a really catchy song. And I love it. It's like when it's got some nice clean singing, and then he comes in with his raspy scream, Solstar Fear. It's just so fucking good. Absolutely love this song. It had to be high on wow, I can't even talk. It had to be high on my list because it is that good. But that just leaves one song. My favorite Agalloch song is probably going to surprise some people. This is a very underrated one. I don't really hear people talking about this song when they're talking about their favorite Agalloch songs. I'm going to talk about an album I haven't talked about yet, which is Marrow of the Spirit from 2010, which is a super underrated album as well. And my favorite track off this album and my favorite Agalloch song is The Watcher's Monolith. So yeah, let that sink in. All these other like hits, this one's a little bit of a underappreciated gem in their catalog, but I just love this song so much. It's got so much melody. There's just this really beautiful guitar part that it does a few times throughout this song, just kind of in the background. Like John does a raspy singing, like, and then the guitar comes in like do 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 do, and it's just, it flows so fucking beautifully. It's just a gorgeous song. Goes so many different places. Another one that perfectly combines some folk elements with some softer moments and some harsher moments, but with all this great melody. It is just fucking beautiful. That's why it's my favorite Agalloch song of all time, in at number 1. Anyways, these are just my opinions as usual. Like I said at the beginning of the video, so many other good songs that I didn't even touch on. I wanted to limit this one to 10 songs only. Sometimes I do a top 15 or top 20, but I figured top 10 will be good, makes it a little more challenging, but it's fun all the time doing these anyways. Love to get your thoughts down below. What are your favorite Agalloch songs? Which ones can you like not believe that I missed, that I didn't talk about? Love to get a conversation going because I always love talking about these guys anyways. And yeah, anyway, give me a like and give me a subscribe. Until next time, Hammer Heart Metal Reviews, out.